Hello everybody. I thought I'd come to you again with Facebook Live because my last video I enjoyed making, and I got a lot of positive feedback that it was helpful to people, so I'm encouraged to keep talking about other subjects that might also make you feel better. Today I wanted to just talk about how the holiday season just really highlights all the family issues that we have. There's this perception that it's supposed to bring us all closer, and we're all supposed to be with people. Nobody's supposed to be alone at Christmas. It's a big taboo or sin, or there's something wrong with you. But the truth is, there's lots of good people who are alone at Christmas. And there's many reasons for it. Some people are far away from each other. They love each other, but they can't afford to get together, or logistics have made it difficult. Health issues have made it difficult. There's a lot of reasons why people can be alone. And sometimes, let's face it, we have family estrangements. I think there's more and more of that. We're separated by geography and distance, and we're separated by falling outs or outgrowing, or the family sort of dilutes. You move on and you focus on your own kids or your own wife or husband, and you don't always remember the siblings or the parents or aunts and uncles, or sometimes the matriarch or the patriarch of the family, usually grandparents now, have passed, and they were the glue that held everyone together. We're also spread out with different cities and countries, and culturally things have just changed so much since we formed these ideas of sort of a Leave It to Beaver type of family structure. We just don't live that anymore. And it's great for people who have managed to hang on to it if it's healthy. But I'm not here to talk about, the healthy, happy, perfect. We all know what that is. We need people to talk about what's really going on when things aren't perfect, especially at holidays. And I've thought about talking about this for years, and I either didn't have the energy myself, or I was worried about speaking out about it. But I've put enormous work into and thought into thinking about this, because my own family is all fragmented. We live all over the country, all over North America. But sometimes you wonder, even if we were all in the same city, would we even be sitting down together? Because it takes more than proximity to keep a family together. In our case, I'm thinking of my mom's side of the family. We were kept together by my grandmother, who passed a long time ago now, in 1988. And after that, it's never quite the same, because I think either families stay together out of duty, some sort of sense of almost like a tribal duty to one another, where you have no choice but to act a certain way, agree with everything in the family, live your life the way the family dictates you should live your life. And if you deviate, or you're a little bit different from that, you can easily find yourself on the outside, or seeming like a threat or a challenger. And beyond that, I've thought about this so much, I hardly know where to start. Human closeness, it is what it is. We either confide and talk to each other, care how each other feels, do things that are thoughtful, respect each other's feelings, reach out, say hello, say thank you, send cards, send gifts, acknowledge the person's interests, or we don't. And it really, to me now, with where I'm at, it really has nothing to do with blood, whether people are treating you like that or not. I've found more of a familial feeling in friends than in actual family. And I know that I'm not alone. That's why I'm just gonna keep talking about this, because I know I'm not alone in it. And I'm hoping that you won't feel alone, or blame yourself or judge yourself if you are alone because there's been a fallout and you're not in touch with people in the family, or you're not included, or you'd rather not deal with whatever typical, maybe toxic dynamics are going on if you attend the gatherings, or maybe economically you're more challenged than other people in your family, and so you feel left out, and you can't buy the presents, and you can't, I don't know, buy the new clothes or show off or buy people dinner or whatever your own family deems as healthy, normal, generous, loving behavior. If you're not able to do it for whatever reason, you might be depressed, you might have had a rough breakup, you might be going through crap at work, you're mentally just not there, and you'll isolate, or you'll feel inadequate or feel guilty, and you might not participate in things. There's many of us that are going to be sitting here alone at Christmas, and personally, it's taken a long time to come to this point of peace that, and this is my main message today also, is as you heal, and I'm pretty sure people watching my videos are people who are empathic, intuitive, highly sensitive, and have done work on themselves, or are willing to. As you heal, you're going to automatically challenge the status quo of any group, and that includes family. And it's one of those sort of disappointing or maybe heartbreaking truths of life. We want to think that if we improve ourselves and grow and get stronger and respect ourselves more and break free of patterns that are no longer serving us, that everyone around us is almost going to go, yay, good for you, I'm so happy, look at you, you're not putting up with shit anymore, look at you, you've moved on, and you're taking care of yourself better than the rest of us ever did. Or no, it doesn't work that way. If you're already in a healthy family, that will be supported anyway. So if the family overall is healthy and you take actions that better your life, that respect yourself more and love yourself more, they will support that, and they'll approve of it, and they'll be happy for you because it's already got a core of love or respect. But a toxic family won't do that. A toxic family, and that can be so many variations, but we won't go there. A toxic family is invested in you staying exactly in the same spot you're in, so that nothing changes, and so that all of these prescribed little roles that they want everybody in, or these little boxes they want to put you in, stay all intact, so nothing rocks that boat, so nobody is challenged to grow, and nobody is challenged to be accountable. And that can be multiple people, or that can be one. But toxic dynamics, whether it's a couple or a family or a workplace, a company, they're invested in things staying the way they are, and they'll pull out any stop to oppress and make sure that you stay in line. And so many people who do their inner work and heal from difficult, abusive beginnings, toxic, I keep using that word, but that's the word. If there's been any kind of unacknowledged secrets that have affected everyone, if there's addictions people are hiding, if there's someone who is abusive towards others and nobody wants to touch it or confront them, and they're putting up with them, there's trickle down of so many intricate things that go on to keep that all in place, so that that person or that behavior isn't confronted, even though that's exactly what usually needs to happen for anybody else to heal. But for whatever perverted reason. That's not what humans do. We tend, when we're in something toxic, to be afraid to confront and to perpetuate or please or dance around or maybe sometimes avoid. And then it just keeps it going. You know, lately we're in this chapter that I'm happy for with the Me Too movement, with women coming forward about their sexual assault and rape and harassment. They're being taken seriously again. It's been encouraging to me that we're in a time when we can talk about these difficult issues again and we're being taken seriously. So it's sort of encouraged me to be able to talk about something like this as well. If you're a healer, if you're an empath and intuitive, chances are you've had a difficult time in your family of origin. I find most of us have. And as you take those steps to get your own life better, you'll often find yourself on the outside. You'll be seen as a threat or as a challenge. And they won't see it as you improving or you trying to elevate the vibration for the whole family or trying to help anybody. Not very often. And it can be heartbreaking for us sensitive people to feel that your love has been turned into, or your hard work on yourself has been turned into something negative. And so I find a lot of people that are very sensitive sort of end up isolated or forced to walk away or set very firm boundaries with families of origin. So there's an awful lot of you and me out here with our cats and our Netflix sitting there alone at Christmas time. And it begs the question that we have to ask is, we have to really look at what our values are, what's most important. If the word family comes with all of this toxic crap or abuse, why are we revering that? Why are we feeling isolated by that or judging ourselves by that? And there's plenty of us out here who are willing to bond and share as a family in a loving, aware, conscious way. That there's plenty of people available to create a new kind of family, a spiritual family that isn't blood. And maybe if you're lucky, it'll include some as well. But it doesn't have to be. We can choose now a different way to see the holidays and a different way to see family, even. And I think the world is going in this direction more and more and more. So I have found that in friends and neighbors and community. I feel a sense of family and belonging that I've built and worked at from bonding with other like-minded people. And yet I still see so many of us isolating and blaming ourselves why things didn't work out. And I really think it's important we stop that. The other revelation I had, because somebody was challenging me on my own depressed thinking about the holidays one day. You know, there's plenty of people out there say, oh, it's just another day. It's just another day on the calendar. And that challenged me a lot to think about, well, okay, yeah, that's logically true. So why am I putting so much pressure on Christmas Day and what that's supposed to mean or be? And it'll be different for everybody. All of the things that you associate with what it's supposed to mean and be. And then if it falls short, then you start blaming yourself or feeling left out or whatever have you. And this person really challenged me to reframe what this day means. It doesn't have to mean anything if I don't want it to. I'm not ultra religious. I didn't grow up with a lot of church. And I had to ask myself, okay, so what part of this year does mean something to me? what resonates with my values. And for me, that ended up being the solstice, because that aligns us with nature. The light is going to increase from today forward. And it gives me that sense of connection to something greater, because we're talking about our galaxy. We're talking about our solar system. It's a marker of that has been celebrated in my own heritage and many other people. But being of English Scottish origin, this would be my ancestral heritage to celebrate the solstice or Yule. And that sort of helped me change everything around mentally. And there's no stigma or pressure on solstice or Yule, because it wasn't part of the original family of origin pressure, And it's helped a lot to realize we get to choose now what is important and why, and we can build our own families. And I say this just to help you let go of any depression or guilt or sadness or self-reproach or whatever might be coming up for you at Christmas, when you are presented with a million movies and Hallmark cards and gift packages that make you feel like you're supposed to be in this Martha Stewart-like family. Leave it to Beaverland. There's just not many of us that have it. And don't let yourself be alone. You don't have to be. You can call a friend. You can probably find somebody else who's also alone, and go to breakfast. Go see a movie together. Or enjoy your time alone. There's really no need for us to make ourselves suffer just because of the season, because of one day. And if you do need more support and you want to reach out and you're alone at Christmas, well, you can say hello to me if you want, and I'll say hi back. And you can talk to me. I've been alone at Christmas so many years, off and on, and I consciously created new traditions of my own with friends, and that's just changed everything. I took charge, and it changed everything, and it's rebalanced something in the family dynamics too. But family dynamics are so complex; they'll take generations and generations to heal a lot of the time. So all this just to say, it's the first time I'm talking about this kind of thing out loud to anybody in a video, so I might not have been as articulate as usual. But I just wanted everyone to know you are not alone, and keep doing your healing work. Don't feel guilty that you're improving your life and walking away from anything that is not life-supporting and loving. Keep loving yourself, and find other people that are on the path with you, and you can find a spiritual family, and the pressure on the blood family won't be so great. So, have a Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy solstice. And if you need to talk, I'm here. All right. Take care.